are back for Bo.
He's a rookie. He's also half Puerto Rican. I don't know if y'all.
You already know what time it is.
Someone like Hayden Hurst is coming out and being like, look, you're not alone. On our show too, as well, we're all about mental health awareness.
Yes.
Off and on the field.
Hello, everybody. Hey, guys, we are back. Let's go. Man, we are super excited to see you guys today. Oh, man, you have no idea. It's been a long week, but we are here. Got to get on here and tag this to everybody. Let's go. Let's see.
Welcome.
Come on in, everybody.
Let's go. Come on in, everybody. Come on. You already know what time it is. I hope I'm doing this right. It's everyone when you want to tag everybody, right?
Yes, you got it.
Wondering.
Ooh, there's already questions for us.
Let's go.
We already have questions.
Ooh.
Oh, we're going to get into all of that. Man, we got some stuff coming in. Let's go. We are excited. We got all of our Let's Talk Football family. Oh, you know what? That's probably why. Let me go. Sean Spencer. Let me see if it's on our page. Yes, it is. Now I can do that, everyone. There we go. Let's go. Let's Talk Football family. It's game time. Let's go. Wow, they coming for it already. Look, I'm ready.
Ooh.
I am ready.
Like I said,
Okay,
comments, questions.
Baby, I see you out here, man. I'm excited. It's game time. Come on, everybody. All right, we got to do this thing, man. It's game time. All right, welcome to Let's Talk Football Ladies Takeover.
Yay.
As you can see, us four dynamic women on this show. I am your host, Janae Struther, and the beautiful woman I have right next to me, who is it?
It is Kate Go Blue Elverson,
Go Blue,
creator of the Ladies Talkover, and how could I not be any better than I am? My team in college won the national championship this week, so it's great to be a Michigan Wolverine.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. All right, and who do I have right under me?
Hey, sorry, I'm getting over a cold, so I'm a little out of it still. But yay, I made it. I almost did it. I was like, all right, I got a voice. I can do the show.
We are so glad about that, Delilah. We love you and thank you for tuning in. And I know that you have a little sickness going on, but we are glad that you are here. And then last but not least, who do we have left?
I am Nicole. I am the Saints' only hope for next year because we are out of the playoffs. But that is fine with me because we got the lady show still and we're talking a lot. So I'm excited for what we have.
Let's go!
Yes.
Woo! This is such an exciting show. We are so glad that you guys tuned in. Let us know who's in the comments, man. Please. We definitely want to get your questions in. We definitely want to talk to you guys today. We are super excited to start this show. All right, Delilah, what do we got first on the list?
Ooh, ladies ladies, we got to talk about some drama. Yes, Nicole, the drama of this week was insane.
The drama. Now, it wouldn't be Ladies Takeover if we didn't talk about the drama, man. And I know you guys have heard all around the league all of the firings and all of the departures of our NFL coaches. Can you believe? I don't even think, ladies, that I thought all of these coaches were going to be parting with their teams. But it looks like the Panthers, the Chargers, the Titans, Washington Commanders, the Seahawks, Raiders, the Patriots, and the Falcons all are in need of a head coach. We don't know yet about Antonio Pierce. We have not heard, but we do know the head coach, Josh McDaniels, did get let go in the middle of the season. But Atlanta firing Arthur Smith. Washington finally parted ways with Ron Rivera. Mike Vrabel, I did not expect from the Titans to get let go. That was a shocker to me. We have finally got word that Bill Belichick, the GOAT coach, has now officially parted ways with the Patriots. Can you believe it? And our Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll found out, which it looked like it was a surprise to him, that he was not going to be the coach of the Seattle Seahawks. What are you guys thinking right now when it comes to all of these coaches being gone? Delilah, what you think?
Well, with the Pete Carroll, he's not gone from the organization completely, though. And so I think that he's supposed to stay on in like an executive advisor position.
And somebody may want to get him as a coach.
Yeah, I don't know. If they offer him the right amount of money, and when he did the press conference, which I shared with you ladies, he was thankful to his wife. She was, being a coach isn't easy. Takes you away from your family, like months out of the year. So I think he's okay with the decision, and my guess is he's probably gonna be okay with an advisor role, because then he can actually spend time at home with his wife now and enjoy some not retirement, but maybe some more downtime. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I think if they pay him well enough for an advisory role, and he'll still be able to see with an organization he's been with so long and that he won a Super Bowl with, I think he'd be okay. He wouldn't be the first coach. A lot of coaches who want to retire but not retire, will say, you know what, let me go into this role. And I'm still going to help, but I'm not going to be the head guy. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I think I'll stay with the Seahawks in that advisory role, especially if the pay's good.
Why not if it pays good? And what were you surprised about, Delilah? I mean, sorry, Kate.
No worries.
What was I surprised about? I don't know. Vrabel, I think, is my biggest shock, because I did not know he was even remotely on the hot seat in Tennessee.
Yeah.
I did not expect that in the least. I knew they were struggling, but I didn't know they were struggling that bad. I was like, maybe they're just a few missing pieces from being back to where they were in the playoffs and everything else. But I really was like shocked, because Derrick Henry basically gave his going away speech after that. Yeah. So I feel like there's a big rebuild coming in Tennessee. So probably was the best to move on to a new head coach. But all I know about all these openings, you can't have Harbaugh. He's got to stay at Michigan. No more Harbaugh to the NFL rumors, please.
That's selfish talking from a Michigan fan.
Yes, but yeah, I totally am not in shock about the rest of them. I totally agree with a lot of them. And Delilah, I was delighted to see that they're sticking with your coach and letting him have more time. Because I thought maybe that was a borderline hot seat position, your head coaching, because that was one of the places that they rumored Harbaugh to be.
Listen, I would have sold my. Let me not say what, okay? So bring that man over here, because if you don't know this, if you don't follow football, Jim Harbaugh played for us.
Yes, he did.
Okay, So, and he played well. And so he understands. He is a bear. What's your bear? Your bear for life.
Yeah.
And so he knows the culture here, and he understands how to, I don't want to say manipulate, but get things done because he knows what to say to get the system. And I'm like, I would have loved to see an actual coach
Yeah.
knows what the hell he's doing. But I digress. So yes, I'm glad you're happy. I am not.
But I was pleasantly surprised because I thought they would have moved on from Eberflus.
I thought so too.
But the fact that they're keeping him was really kind of another shock to me.
Can't believe it.
So,
Trust me,
anyway,
we're all
my
in
big-
shock in Chicago.
My biggest
Everybody
shock,
wants Harbaugh. Everybody wants Harbaugh.
No,
Yeah. yeah, but I wanted more. No, but anyway, oh gosh, Sean, if he goes to Washington, I will hang my head into a big pile
They
of
said he's
like
close with
sand.
the owner. They said he's really close with the owner.
He's close. They say he's close with everybody. But anyway, but my biggest shock was Vrabel. But another big shock was that they kept your coach in Chicago.
Yeah.
So those are my two shocks.
Love it. Love it. All right, Nicole. What you think?
I think it's crazy that Dennis Allen still has a job.
There you go.
I don't know. Even with the team parting ways with him, I don't know how he's still there. But I would say Bill Belichick. That's going to be interesting. They have, from what I hear, third overall pick in the draft coming up.
Yes.
So whoever that they have there is going to be really needing that. For the Carolina Panthers, they just got young, and so they're going to be, I think, looking for a very offensive, something that can help develop him because they have no draft picks really coming up because they just had it for young.
They gave him all to.
yeah. So,
Oh,
who else was there? Arthur Smith. Kyle, the weight has been lifted off. You can rejoice now. With the Falcons. Yeah, I don't know. Those were my surprising picks.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I absolutely love it. All of these coaches now have an opportunity to go other places. We will see. But let us know in the comments what you guys think. What coach was a surprise for you? Because it's definitely going to be a weird feeling when next season happens and no Bill Belichick or Pete Carroll if they decide not to coach at another team.
All I gotta say is about Belichick, he's nothing without my Tommy.
The question of the century will always be who's better with who. All right, so next, guys, looks like Aaron Rodgers has made his way back to the podium, and he gets on the Jets podium, and he basically says, "Get the BS out of the building." Now, ladies, I don't really know what he could be talking about. Maybe he's talking about when Mac Jones or not Mac Jones, Zach was getting all these comments about him not playing anymore, or they were saying somebody in the locker room, was leaking information out. Maybe he was talking about that. Or Salah, maybe, he needs to be prepared for something to happen just in case, did he make right decisions during the season? What do you think Aaron Rodgers was talking about when he said, "Get the BS out of the building"? Delilah.
I think that Aaron just likes to hear himself talk. I'll be honest. I think that's what he likes to do. He likes to create drama and stir the pot and have people questioning and guess. He loves that. He lives for it. Why do you think he literally was almost another co-host of Pat McAfee? He was on there every week. He loves that stuff.
It's true.
And on that show, he created controversy with a talk show host. You know what I mean? So, he loves this. And I feel like he did it just to have us say, "Ooh, who's he talking about?" That's why I think he did it. Honestly, I swear, I think he just loves to stir things up. I almost dropped the S-bomb, but I think that's what he likes to do. I think he just likes to create people talking and going, "Ooh, who's he talking about? What does he mean?" And "Oh, who's it?" I don't think I honestly
didn't even elaborate, so you're right.
I don't think he was talking about anybody actually in particular. I honestly think he just did that just to have people talking and buzzing and talking about him, going, who is Aaron talking about? Because it keeps us talking about him, right?
Yeah.
It keeps us thinking about Aaron Rodgers and the fact that he worked on getting better and that he could have come back because he actually healed faster than they prognosticated. But at that point, what's the point? They're not going to the playoffs, right? So why risk anything? So he's going to play the upcoming season, you know what I mean? Finally, a full season with the Jets. And I think he's just trying to stay relevant, have his name in people's mouths. That's what I think it
Very
was.
true. Very true. All right, Nicole, what you think?
Yeah, I think Delilah, you put it pretty good in that, Mr. Want to stay irrelevant, wants to stay relevant in the conversation, even though he's not really on the field with things, and we're talking about him, so like it's working, about it, whatever. But the bullshit in the building, I think maybe it could be something going on, but he just likes to give that lure of luring people in, maybe new fans of the
Get out
Jets.
there to see who's chewing on the nuggets and just
Yeah. Who do I got? Who's following me? Come
Absolutely.
behind and let's, I don't know. That's what I feel. But yeah, I'm sorry, Aaron Rodgers.
Okay. All right. Kate, what you think?
Oh, Mr. Drama Queen. Oh, Aaron. Gosh. I think he's so not used to being in the spotlight that he does whatever it takes to put him in the spotlight, like mentioning Jimmy Kimmel on the Pat McAfee show, which now Pat McAfee just released that Aaron Rodgers will no longer be on his show because of the controversy he has stirred with all of that. Yeah, I don't think there's any BS, but I think Aaron is just not used to not having the spotlight on him and everybody talking about him and everything else that he just I think Aaron Rodgers would do the whole world a little bit of good and just fade into the sunset and just go away from the NFL and period question mark exclamation point because it's just who he is. He's Captain Controversy. He's Captain wanting attention. He's Captain the spotlight must be on him. I don't know how anyone can be a fan of his, in my opinion. Oh, Sean. That is not Tom Brady in the least. Sorry to say. I mean, Tom's just out there living La Vida Loca, enjoying his kids right now. He's not trying to stay totally relevant. Although he will be in the broadcast booth next year. But
they better be. They offered him a buckload of money.
But anyway, I think going back to Aaron, I just think he needs to keep his mouth shut and just put his mouth and his talents on the football field and show us why he deserves to be in the football field from this point on, and just shut up.
All right. Well, you got the unanimous talk over here. Maybe just little BS that he's throwing out. All right, last one, everybody. And this one's a doozy because it looks like for that last game with the Saints and Atlanta, the drama happened at the very end of the game. Awesome.
Look at Nicole's face. She's ready.
Well, we got to talk about it. Everybody in the comments, everybody, we got to talk about it. Do you think it's disrespectful what the team did by giving their running back an opportunity to score, lining up in the V formation? It was not the correct formation because I guess what I'm hearing is that formation is a surrender formation to make it think that you're going to take a knee, but they tricked them and they did not take a knee and ran it in for the touchdown. When their wonderful backup coach was asked, Jameis Winston was asked, he said they made an executive decision to revolt against the coach, not listen to what he wanted for the play, and made a decision to let him run it. What do you guys think? Was this disrespectful, Nicole? Straight from a Saints fan.
Disrespectful to who? I would say which party are we being disrespectful towards?
Yes,
It's,
maybe the franchise coach. I don't know, the leadership.
you know, I just, it sucks. And I'm sorry, the Falcons, that you were on the receiving end of that. I think they would have done that regardless, even if it weren't the Falcons. You just, you're the closest person next to us that's in our div, unfortunately, that we're taking it out on. Some locker room stuff spilling onto the field is really what it is, and it being taken out on the Falcons, beating someone when they're down. The birdies, cute little birdies. But there was a lot of commotion about this. As soon I didn't even know Jameis Winston was in there. And then I was like, "What? He's on the field? Okay." I do have to give it to Jamal Williams. On Detroit, Kate, he's had so many touchdowns. I think it was like 14 touchdowns. And then this season, 0. It speaks to a lot to, not getting him used as much as with a head coach maybe might. And this just speaks to a lot of animosity. Cam Jordan was defending him. Jimmy Graham was defending him. A lot of players are defending him. And Jameis Winston, even spoke out and said it was a team decision. And that's what it was. I think they really were unhappy. I think someone's making Dennis Allen stay there personally, and that he wasn't going to get fired on Monday. And maybe they found out and they were like, this is not good. I don't know.
Maybe it seems like some sticky stuff going on in the Saints territory. But how would you feel if you were a coach, Delilah?
I mean, I guess as a coach, I don't know if I would have reacted the way he did, though. On the sidelines and stuff, it kind of looked like a tussle, a little bit like an argument.
Smith was not happy.
Yeah, so I mean, he ain't the coach anymore of Atlanta, so I guess it don't matter.
And James is apparently still on the team as of right now.
Yeah, so I guess now at this point it's moot, right? Because Arthur Smith is gone. And Jameis is still the quarterback, so it's like I think it's gonna come down to Dennis Allen, like Nicole was saying, and how he's gonna steer the ship and how they're gonna react to him. I feel more, and how he's gonna set the tone. But I don't think it was that big a deal. I don't know. At least the reaction maybe is what I meant. I understand not overscoring, like we always talk about that, how it's a sportsman-like, but we see it in college all the time. Don't we, like 65-5, and no one cares about that? Well, so why do we care about it in the NFL? Like, it happens in college all the time. People get stomped on. I mean, I see these scores, and I'm like, oh my God, like, why? Even
but not also an interception that went to the 1 yard line. I mean, Jameis is right. They could have scored.
Right. Yeah. So they really could have kept running up the score if they really wanted to. I think worse than what it was. So I think it was blown out of proportion. Yeah. I don't think it was that big a deal.
Kate, let's reel it in. What'd you think?
Sometimes the players know better than the coach, I think.
Exactly, Sean. Miami put up 70.
So that is my opinion. Sometimes I think the players sometimes know better than the coach what they should do on the field. I don't know how many times I've seen in the past, like Tom Brady trumped what, any of his coaches wanted him to do. I mean, it happens. Yeah. Sometimes I think players have better instincts and know what's best for them and what they should be doing out there, and say, why is he calling that when we should do this? So I've seen players sometimes call those audibles on the field and say, nope, we're doing this.
Yeah.
Right.
And so,
about those incentives. Sean's right. Sean said incentives.
Yep. Well, yeah, look at some of the incentives some of those players got this last week with sacked and different things, but I'm okay with it. What did he have to lose?
Yeah, I mean, it is the end of the season. They were going out hoping that they would make the playoffs,
right?
But, it didn't quite happen. But I know the team went out on a riding high. As you can see, the sidelines were hype about the call.
They were.
The teammates were not upset about it. Sorry, but It is what it is. All right, thank you guys for tuning in for the drama of this week. But we gotta move on to the next segment, man. It's gonna be juicy. It's gonna be great. Delilah, what do we got next?
All right. We're actually going to start talking about. We don't have a transition video for this, y'all. Sorry.
The playoffs.
I don't have a transition video for this.
That's okay. Because we're in that second part now. We're in the latter half of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, the picks are in. The battles have been set. The times have been set. So we can go ahead and start off with the AFC side, the number 1 seed. Of course, Baltimore has the bye week, but we do have a wonderful game that is going to go down. Pittsburgh versus Buffalo Bills. What are you guys thinking? Let's go ahead and call out what team that we're going to think is going to get it. Delilah.
You know what? I'm going to go with Mike Tomlin.
Oh, Mike Tomlin pulling the upset.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Mike Tomlin. That's only why. And notice that I'm saying Mike Tomlin, not necessarily
just Mike Tomlin. She wants to clarify that. Mike Tomlin.
Yeah, I'm calling it upset. I think Steelers could get the W on the Bills only because we've been following the Bills all season long, and it's not like they haven't lost by teams that they're supposedly not supposed to lose to. Now, I know it's playoffs, and I know everything starts over from scratch in playoffs, right? And everybody's firing all cylinders, blah, 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 blah. But I think he's giving me some direction. All right, there we go. But yeah, I think the Steelers could pull the upset. Yeah, I'm gonna call Steelers on this one.
All right, Nicole.
I like. I'm feeling the Buffalo Magic.
Oh, massive piece of magic. Yeah. Let's go. All right, Kate.
I think Josh Allen has a lot to prove to his naysayers in the postseason. He hasn't been the most dynamic quarterback in the postseason, and he's lost a lot of games. And I think he needs to prove for his legacy and for showing that he is the quarterback that everyone claims he is. I think this is his game that he has to prove a lot. Even though they ended up with the record they didn't have always the prettiest wins. So I think he needs this win to kind of secure more of his legitimacy in the league.
All right, yeah, I'm also going for the Buffalo Bills. I think that massive piece of magic, he shows up when he wants to, and when he does, it is a sight to see. I think that it's going to be a good game, but Buffalo will pull it out in my eyes. So we got the second game, Miami versus Kansas City, when the 7-degree weather. Ooh. What do you think, Kate?
Oh, this is kind of the battle of, even though they have decent records, the battle of the mids. Yeah. They haven't been the most dynamic, fiery teams in the AFC, even though they've made it to the postseason. But I definitely think the weather has an advantage to Kansas City. I don't know if Miami will know how to adapt and adjust with the temperatures and everything. But this is Patrick Mahomes' game to win, and I really hope that that's the case. But I think Kansas City has the edge. I think the weather is with them, and I think they know how important it is, and I think Andy Reid will have a good game plan for them to win this game.
Okay, Nicole, what you think?
I was reading up about the Miami and Tua. This is going to be one of his coldest, games that his first ever post season that he wants to win. And then you got Tyreek Hill. That's going to be a huge player of seeing that there go down. So that's a really tough one. I think it's going to go into overtime. Definitely. And it's going to be 2021. And it's going to be in Miami. Sorry, I'm going really specific on this one.
Okay, all right.
Wow, that's
2021. All right, I can feel it. All right, Delilah, give it to us. What you think?
Wow, I don't know if I'll give that specific of a prediction. 2021, what a game! Wow, I think this is gonna be a very low scoring game just because of the weather. Yeah, so I could see like I think Patrick Mahomes gonna pull it out. I agree with Kate. I think they do have an advantage. No hate on Miami, y'all. Okay, I know there's Miami fans that watch us, but I do think when it's 7 and it's gonna feel like below 0 or something on the field, right? Because the way wind comes in, funnels, like you guys know, right? When you're in the stadiums, like the wind comes in and the way like funnels, and it's just like it makes it even colder, and it's So I just think because of that, Kansas City's gonna get the win, and I think it's gonna be like 17-10. It's just I don't see. I just with the weather, I can't see them balling out too much, even though both of them can.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm gonna go with Miami. I think Tyreek Hill comes back for vengeance, says forget you for getting rid of me, and shuts it down for Kansas City. So I'm going for the upset on that one. All right, so we cannot forget one of the greatest games because it's featuring a rookie quarterback coming in with CJ Stroud. What we're gonna get with the Cleveland Browns in Houston, man, I'm gonna go ahead and say that I think Cleveland Browns, with the way they've been playing with Joe Flacco, which is crazy to me, even though Houston should be absolutely proud that they're here, I think Cleveland will win that game. Delilah, what you think?
I'm gonna go with CJ.
Oh, CJ is gonna win his first playoff game.
Yes, I'm gonna go with CJ Stroud and D'Amico Ryan.
Let's go.
I think he might very well win Coach of the Year, and I understand why. He took a team that has been a dumpster fire. I mean, I get it. Like Kevin turned Cleveland around too, because they were the butt of jokes for a long time too. But this is D'Amico Ryan's first year as a head coach, and he took his team to the playoffs with a rookie as his quarterback.
Yeah.
So, but I won't be mad if Cleveland wins. But I'm just gonna go with the Texans.
I love it. I love it. Kate, what you think?
I am going with the Ohio State grad, and I am going with CJ Stroud as well.
All right.
He's got home field advantage. And let me just say right now, how much better does it get that when an Ohio State quarterback is cooking with a Michigan receiver in Collins, and those two are teammates, and just dynamite. That catch he had the other night from CJ, and let me just say, like,
that's right,
I'm just gonna be like honest with you. I am a Michigan fan who can proudly say, Sean Spencer, you heard it here first. I am all in with CJ Stroud. I love this kid, and I love everything he's doing in the league right now. And he's had a lot to prove after going 0-2 against my Michigan Wolverines. Mm-hmm. So I hope that kid balls out, beats Joe Flacco. I hope the offensive line figures a way to keep Myles Garrett away from him.
Really?
And I just hope they win.
All right, Nicole, what'd you think?
Cleveland Browns. I think that I'm going to have to hand this one to Houston. They do not have a problem.
Good one.
Houston, we do not have a problem.
Yeah.
Good one, Nicole.
I love it. Guys, let us know in the comments what you guys think. We see people going for Houston. Somebody say, Kyle, I'd be glad if Houston wins also. By far his favorite playoff game. All right, we got to move on to the NFC. Great weekend for them as well. Number 1 seed also that has the bye week, San Francisco. But we do have Green Bay versus Dallas. And there should be no question.
Janae, who do you have?
There's no question who I have, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going for my Dallas Cowboys. Love Jordan Love. Love the fact that he was able to get to the playoffs. Love the fact that he showed the world that Green Bay did not need Aaron Rodgers. They can get to the playoffs without him. But I do think that they will go home on the first round, and that is just my opinion, and no shade or no hate to anybody who thinks different. Nicole, what do you think about this one?
I think I'm sorry, I'm rolling off the steam, but I think it's Dak Prescott's season, and he's
I love the way she
seasoning
loves
his
that.
sauce
Love
with
to
a
her.
little bit of, putting that lamb in the oven and letting it cook.
Yeah.
A little bit of on the
That's
Cedar
the
Frank
commercial
line
right there.
I had.
Oh,
Put
such
that
a
lamb in the oven and make it cook.
all right.
Oh,
Woo, you hear her enthusiasm for your team, Janae. Look at that.
Yes.
Look at that.
Did
Look
you
at
see
her.
what Sean said?
What Sean say? What? Oh man, come on, Sean. He's so disrespectful. Kate, what you think?
I think it might be a closer game than we expect, but I think that Dallas has the edge. But Jordan Love's been doing pretty well lately. He's been shocking a lot of us. No one thought that Green Bay would get this far without Aaron Rodgers, and look at where they're at. So I think Dallas will win, but I don't think it's going to be like that mind-blowing win that you would expect.
Okay. Delilah, let's finish it up. What you think?
I want Dallas to win, but I'm following your Green Bay and Dallas history, and it ain't good.
Even with a new quarterback, you follow the history. I mean, let's talk about the previous greats that's been there.
So are you saying Delilah history is going to repeat itself?
I think so. I think Jordan Love is gonna shock people. No, I'm not. Again, hey, if your team sends the Packers packing, I will not be upset. But I don't know. I can see Green Bay taking this one. I wouldn't be surprised. Actually, I wouldn't be surprised if they do. So I'm gonna go with Green Bay, but I'm not gonna say go green. I can't do that, Sean. Sorry.
I can't do that either.
Never, ever, ever.
All right, we got to move on to the next one. We got the Rams versus Detroit. Battle of the trades, another trade. Man, both quarterbacks. Well, I think only one quarterback should feel slighted. Another team came and wanted the other one. The other one just got rid of the other one. So Jared Goff is going to play the man Matthew Stafford. What do you think, Delilah, about this one?
Go Lions. Lions got this. Lions got this. It's time. I think it's their time. But it's gonna be a great game because it's battle of the trades again, right? Like they meet the quarter, so they meet head to head in the playoffs. That ought to be really good. I think it's gonna be a good game. I think it's gonna be exciting. I think they're both gonna be very competitive. Both have good defenses, But I think Detroit would come out on top because I think their offensive weapons. Now Puka Nacua though is a stud on the Rams though.
Puka, yeah.
So Detroit's got to shut that kid down, or that's going to be the problem for them over there in Detroit. They can't shut that kid down. But 100%. Detroit, I think, has more offensive weapons that Goff can go to. Like just more balance in that regard. Whereas if Detroit doesn't stop Puka, he's going to run all over them.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Kate, what you think?
I think Aiden Hutchinson is going to take Matthew Stafford, wrap him up as an early Christmas present in 2024 and send him all the way back to his mama. And I really want to see Stafford sacked a lot by my Detroit defense. Because unlike everybody else, I was never a Stafford fan when he was in Detroit. Never.
No, you weren't. You've been clear about that for a while.
Yes. Never been a Stafford fan. And I think Penny Sewell will have the biggest challenge because they will probably put him on Aaron Donald. That will be a big challenge for our offensive line is if they can contain him and that he gets no pressures on Goff. So our offensive line, I think, has that challenge and can succeed. The Sun God is playing amazing right now. Amon-Ra St. Brown. I know Laporta suffered an injury the last game, but they're expecting him to play this Sunday. So I'm a Laporta supporter. So I'm excited to see that young kid ball out. We have two dynamic running backs in Montgomery and in Jahmyr Gibbs. I just think we have too many weapons. And I think with our corners and safeties, we can cover Puka. So I think we're gonna dominantly win. I think Aiden Hutchinson is such a hungry edge player right now. His sack count at the end of the season has just been phenomenal. I think he's gonna get to Mr. Stafford a lot, and I wouldn't be surprised if he rattles him enough to take him out of the game. So I am going pro Lions. We have enough weapons that we can shut down Sean McVay, Aaron Donald, Puka, Stafford, Akers, the whole kit and caboodle, and send them home packing.
Look, Lions fans and Lions organization, if you need a PR rep, you got your girl right here. She just advertised your team like they were running for the president. I freaking love it, Kate. I love it. Nicole, what you think?
So far, yeah, you guys got the Detroits going, those Lions. You know, I hate to say it, but with Stafford, being on the other team, and it's going to be at Detroit playing for the other team, he's going to have to go not only up against the Detroit Lions, but also the whole entire stadium. The stadium is not going to make it easy at all for him to do any play calling. I think this is going to be done mostly with the air game and the air time. I think there's going to be a lot of throws here and there. And with LA I think they only had 4 interceptions since week 9. That I'm going to give it with the swinging of only with the momentum that somehow the LA Rams are going to come up top. They've been a little bit furious in the end of this season, and I think that momentum is going to carry them in. And I'm sorry, Detroit, but yeah, it's what might happen.
All right, so 2 for Detroit, 1 for LA.
All right, let's see. I'll do the tiebreaker because I'm thinking the Rams may win too, but I have a little inside scoop on it. I just feel like if the Detroit Lions win, then they'll have to play the Cowboys, and then they'll be coming back with a vengeance from the last game. So I don't want that to happen. I think that the Rams pull it off because
we need our redemption.
The Rams it is.
Let's go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have the very last game, which is going to be played on that Monday. So there is a game on Monday, guys.
Yes, there is.
Philadelphia Eagles versus Tampa Bay Buccaneers. What do you think, Delilah?
I'm gonna give this to Philly. I know. Listen, you Tampa fans, I get it, and I know that Philly has been. It's the same argument you guys gave me about the Bills and why you think the Bills are gonna win. But on the opposite end, now we're on the NFC side. But I just think that when the Eagles come into the playoffs, I think they're gonna come in firing in a different cylinder. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just gonna be a different momentum for me. And I just don't know. I don't think Tampa has the defense to stop Philly like that in the playoffs. That's all. It's not, it's no hate on Tampa. I know I got Tampa fans watching. They'll watch this later, Ben. I know.
Don't beat us up for our picks. Don't beat us up for our picks.
I know. But I just think that in this case, I think Philly's going to get the W on Monday.
Yes. Okay. Hey, I love it. Fellow Cowboy fan, I love it. We going all the way. All right, Nicole, what you think about this Philly-Tampa Bay game?
Well, I think it's going to be a really great one. But Buccaneers, you guys are great, and I want you to win this and take it all the way, okay? So that you can come back to our div and get us some better stats so we could do better.
Let's go.
I can't give it to Philly. I'm sorry, Jalen Hurts, and Mr. Eagles and all, the Birds. But yeah, I'm gonna go with weird to say this. My lips can't really say it, but it's weird to say the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers. Yeah, I'm gonna give it to the Bucks. There you guys go. You heard it here first from a Saints fan. I'm supporting you.
Wow, looks like the Atlanta fan is saying David Bucks can pound sand is what he was saying. All right, Kate, what you think about this last game?
I think Jalen Hurts has a lot of redemption, and I think the Eagles need this to give them a boost and some momentum. And I think that this is a very pivotal game for Philadelphia to give Jalen Hurts his standings back in the NFL. He's really struggled this season, unlike we thought he would. We thought maybe he would be even like the top runner for MVP this year because of everything that's gone on. But I think him and his mighty tush push and everything else that goes on in Philadelphia, I think they need this win. I think the coach needs this win. I hope AJ Brown can get cooking out there. And I hope that DeAndre Swift, the former Lion, has a great running game because I always will have a soft spot for him. And I hope that Philadelphia makes sure that the cannons in Tampa Bay are never fired.
Ooh, okay. Okay. All right. We're going to see because this is definitely going to be an interesting game. I really do want to give it to Philly, but I don't think I can. Jalen Hurts' last game hurt his finger. They said it popped out. Golly. AJ Brown, knee is all banged up. Devontae Smith, he's all banged up. I just don't feel like their team is healthy enough to even compete. So I'm going to pull it off with the Bucks too. I think the Bucks are going to pull an upset, a shocking upset, and make it a very interesting playoff. So we will see, ladies and gentlemen. It's going down. We literally are right here. The time we have all been waiting for. The time where everybody got to put their money where their mouth is. Will you make it to the next round? Do or die? It's going down, guys. And we hope that you guys are going to tune in next week because we can't wait to talk about who won and who lost. All right, Delilah, what do we got next on the show?
All right.
And I just freaking love it. That's why I love this man. He's a big guy. He's a big, massive piece of magic. And I just freaking love him. Josh Allen is my hot player of the week. And we were just talking about Kelsey being hot. Josh Allen is hot in every way for me, too. I love him. I love him. Let's go. Let's go. That clip will never get old.
Never.
And we got that massive piece of magic in the playoffs, so it makes it even better. So, you do not understand that this girl right here, she knows who's her players. So we're going to get into it right now. Kate, let us know who the top players were of this dynamic last week.
Anyway, we're going to talk a little bit differently about the players of the week because we're going to talk about the regular season leaders in the NFL who at the end of week 18 led the NFL in certain categories. So, to begin, sacks. The sack leader was your Pittsburgh Steelers linebacker, TJ Watt. That guy just falls no matter what. And he got injured in a game, and people were wondering, would he keep playing? Would he keep being able to endure and go on? But he had a league-leading 19 sacks, one off of 20 sacks this season. I mean, the guy is just phenomenal. And right now they are saying he's probably the front runner for Defensive Player of the Year again in the NFL. So you got sack leader TJ Watt with 19 sacks. Moving on to receiving yards. And a lot of these are in the playoffs. So you have Miami Dolphin wide receiver Tyreek Cheetah Hill. He had 1,799 yards. He was close to a 2,000-yard season. Tua found his weapon in the Cheetah all season long, and he was even considered a front runner for MVP at one point because of all of his receiving yards. But, yeah, Tyreek Hill is going back to the cold to face his former team this week. So we'll see if he can up those yards and get to 2,000 in the postseason. And moving on, we have the leading leader in tackles. We have Bobby Wagner, linebacker for the Seattle Seahawks. He had a season-ending 183 tackles.
Wow.
Unreal. I cannot imagine having 183 tackles, almost 200 tackles in one season.
Body's feeling it.
Yeah, I bet he does.
Phenomenal. And then I think our main host, Miss Janae, will recognize this name for interceptions. Who do you think we have? Darian Bland.
Let's go.
Of the Cowboys with 9 interceptions this season.
Woo!
We all know he broke a league record this season for interceptions.
Pick sixes.
Pick sixes. I mean, the guy was balling out all season for your Cowboys, but so we have one of your Cowboys, another person in the postseason. Rushing yards. Are we surprised that it's Mr. Christian CMC McCaffrey for the 49ers with 1,459 yards rushing?
Wow.
That kid was running all day long.
1,400.
Run, McCaffrey, run.
459 yards. I can't imagine.
Wow.
And he is right now in the mix as one of the front runners for the MVP in the postseason. So, last category we have our passing yards, the quarterback. And who do you think it is? Because it is Mr. Tua Tagovailoa, quarterback of the Miami Dolphins. Beat out all quarterbacks in the league for passing yards with 4,624 yards.
Okay, Tua.
So Tua balled, and he's in the postseason. So only one of our leaders for the end of the season after week 18 is not in the playoffs. Most of these guys are still going for glory. So there are your regular season leaders in the NFL. So
you already said catches, right? I'm sorry.
We did. They didn't do catches.
What?
I don't know why they did. I saw that too earlier. Yeah, they didn't do catches. Yeah.
No. But anyway, any surprises to you, ladies? Anyone that you thought was deserving, not deserving?
None. I think all those picks were great. I thought all of them that they had. I was surprised about Tua. I didn't know he was going to finish with the most, but that's awesome. I'm feeling this list.
I'm surprised with McCaffrey and that he's still going at it. Normally at this time, don't they normally lose a little bit steam? Like the running backs don't have a long time, in there, and he's
who
still
won receiving yards. I missed that one. I'm sorry.
That was Tyreek Cheetah Hill.
Oh, the cheetah. Yeah, that makes sense.
And man, and the crazy thing is, CeeDee Lamb and him were only 30 yards apart. 30 yards. So close. They were awesome. That was awesome. Tyreek Hill totally deserves it. And think about that. He missed some time. He was hurt a little bit towards the end of the season. So imagine
we got the catches. 119 is what Anthony said.
Wow, that's awesome.
Cheetah and Amon-Ra. Amon-Ra tied with him with 119.
Wow, that's crazy. That's awesome.
Thank you, Anthony, for finding that.
Absolutely, man. That was awesome. Man, we hope you guys enjoyed that. These players are freaking phenomenal. The records that have been broken this year, we're just watching greatness every year. And I don't know about you ladies, but I love the fact that we're seeing different players.
Yes.
Man, shout out to them. All right, guys, we got to move on to one of our last segments, man. Delilah, what do we have last? Because this is a big one.
Well, it won't be the last because then we do ladies, but I'm going to announce Walter Payton Man of the Year winner was Ted Karras of the Cincinnati Bengals. He won Man of the Year for all the wonderful work that he does with Village of Merisi, which is an Indianapolis uh, organization that supports adults with developmental disabilities. They help create a community for these individuals. They help create a sense of belonging. They help them get purpose. They have coaches that meet with them to support them so that people don't think that they're just to be thrown away, okay? So this organization does a lot to help people get housing, to get employment, those that can be employed and those that can't, to get assistance, but have and be treated with dignity, okay?
Yes.
Be treated with dignity. And so this organization, because of all the hard work that Ted Karras has done, will receive $35,000 to help continue funding it. And so congratulations on winning Walter Payne Man of the Year.
Awesome.
I'm so happy. Like, again, special needs is near and dear for me. I have a special needs brother who is an adult, and it's true. You don't just throw them away. They matter. They have feelings, and they should feel like they're part of the world because they are. So, congratulations.
Yes. Amazing.
We love to see it. If you don't know about this show, we live for causes. We live for players that are doing great things. So shout out to them. That is awesome. Walter Payton Award is just as big as MVP in our book, man. We appreciate that type of award. It doesn't have anything to do with you on the field. It has to do with you as a person. And shout out to him. I think that's freaking awesome. All right. So we got to get on to our last segment. Ladies have the final say.
But you need to like not give up and just try your best to persevere through whatever you want to reach, right? Whatever goal, whether it's short goal, long goal, whatever, just perseverance is key. And I know it's hard.
Let's go. One of our favorite segments, man. Ladies have the final say because that's how we end this show. And you already know we are the best ladies that you know. So we're going to go ahead and do it. My ladies have the final say, guys, is that you never judge a book by its by its cover. You're looking at a whole bunch of people who may not be in the same situation as you. You may be looking at people different because they don't dress like you, look like you. But at the end of the day, you never judge a book because at the end of the day, they could be a CEO one day. They may be down and out now, but they could be on top in a couple years. You never know. And by you treating the person like they're a human being, like they're important, they can know that even when they're on top, you're treating them the same as if you didn't know what they would be, right? Because we got players and teams that I'm pretty sure that they thought that, they would never make it. Jordan Love sitting behind Aaron Rodgers, wondering if he would ever get out of the way. Now look at him. He is in the playoffs in his first year. People were judging Jordan Love, saying, oh, he may not be the one at the beginning of the season, including me. But look at him now. He's shown the world that all it takes is a little, give me some time to get it together, and now he's in the playoffs. They were talking so much about Josh Allen and how this was going to be the year they weren't going to be in it, and they were just, it looked like a bad year for them. But look at them now. They have made it to the playoffs. We have to stop judging people or books by the cover, because at the end of the day, you never know what can happen in the end. Everybody has to walk their own walk. Everybody has to put their own shoes on, but you'll never know what it's like to walk in somebody else's shoes. So I'm hoping that if we can just shine a little light, spread a little love, treat people how they're supposed to be treated, whether they have money or they don't, whether they look like you or they don't. You have to be able to love people and treat people as human beings, as the person they are, because one day that person may be the CEO. That person may change the world or change your thought and say, oh, they weren't a good player, but look at them now. All right, so that's my ladies have the final say. Delilah, what you got? You okay?
Yeah, I was trying not to choke. So I was like, I didn't want to
make
start
sure.
talking.
Want to make sure.
Yeah, sorry. All right. So Again, one of my favorite people that I'm always inspired by is Dolly Parton. I think she's fabulous. Y'all saw her Dallas show, okay? Listen, I'm still in awe about she's in her almost 80 years old. I don't care what you think. She's almost 80 and she rocked that
Yeah.
Dallas Cowboy freaking cheerleading uniform.
Yes,
Let me
she
tell you
did.
what. And she sang and she danced in heels and rocks it out, okay? But also, she's beautiful on the inside. She is an honestly loving, beautiful person. And every time you hear anything about her, it's always something. She's doing something beautiful, like just something beautiful. And I think she's a beautiful person. And so I always try to think about like her quotes and and so uh, something else that she has said is we cannot direct the wind, but we can adjust the sails, right? And
Oh,
so,
yeah. Come on.
and so it's true, right? We can't direct the wind, but we can adjust our sails. Sometimes things can feel overwhelming. Sometimes things can feel like it's out of your control, it's out of your domain, it's out of or just something just comes out of left field. We're all human and just throws you off kilter. But remember, we can adjust, right? We can adjust our sails. Maybe just a little bit. Doesn't have to be a lot. Everybody adjusts in their own increments and in their own way, and that's okay.
Yes.
Even if you adjust slightly, just a little bit, just so you can come back, it's okay. So just remember that.
I
You
love
can't,
that.
yeah,
I
you can't
love
direct the
that.
winds, but you can adjust your sails. All right, Miss
Love
Dolly
that.
Parton,
Woo!
the sage of our generation.
Dolly's dropping bars. I love that. I absolutely love that. Kate, what does your lady have the final say?
I am going to start with a quote from Mr. Bo Schembechler, and it's about the team, the team, the team. And it goes back to the team that I love more than I love anything is the Michigan Wolverines, and they won a national championship. And what I love about those boys is that they played as a team. There was no I in team. They came together and they said, we're going to overcome all the obstacles and all the controversy, and we're going to show this world how we play as a team. And those boys humbly went out and won a national championship as a team. And I love that our coach is rooted in his faith and in his faith in God. I mean, Blake Corum carries around a Bible, and that's what he reads before a game. You have J.J. McCarthy, our quarterback, meditating at a goalpost, getting centered with God and with his good juju before. You have our team that is just so rooted in good faith in God and in their themselves with the team that if you play together and it's not all about you, look what you can accomplish. If you put yourself aside and you can play as a team and be a team player instead of thinking about your individual accolades, no one in our team could care less if they won a Heisman Trophy this year. They wanted the big prize. And those boys are as humble and as good natured as you can be. And it reminded me that we as adults sometimes forget to have good manners and good behaviors. Those boys say to everyone that serves them breakfast in the morning, I will clear my plate. I will take care of this. I will clean up my mess. Yes, sir. No, sir. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Just manners that are just beautiful. I mean, they call me ma'am. They're like, thank you, ma'am, for coming to the game. I'm like, it's Kate. Come on. But I think a lost art in our culture is not being self-centered, but being we-centered. And I think that my team has taught me a lot this season about being cohesive as a team, like when you're in the workforce, being a team, not being about what individual accolades you can get and where you can get as yourself, but how can you help the team?
Yes.
How can I put me aside and work as a team? And that is something that I have learned, and I've learned more and more how to be more polite and be more about my manners and be about remembering to say yes, yes, ma'am, or no, sir, or thank you, you're welcome, you know. So my Michigan Wolverines have taught me a lot this last season, and it's about being a team. And I'm so proud of them that they went out amongst so many different obstacles that could have come their way that came their way this season, and they won a national championship. Oh, what a good surprise! Hi, Quinn. I'm talking about Michigan. Say go blue. So anyway, but I think we need to be more not self-centered, but we-centered. And we need to think more about being a team member and a teammate with whether it's in our friendships, whether it's in our workplaces, and work together for the common good, and great things can happen. And just being cognizant of our manners and remembering how we were raised and being good-natured people, because when you can put aside all of that, great things can happen. And I thank my Michigan Wolverines for teaching me that this year.
Woo! I absolutely love that. I love it. I love it. I love it. Nicole, what does your ladies have the final say?
My final say is with the new year, I'm looking forward to goals. You know, last year I got stuck with a wedding, and that was the only thing I had to do that was goal, and we did it. But I had to sacrifice a lot, and
Yes.
one of my main things was
Yes.
camping. So this year, I don't know if it's the same for you guys, but January 26th is when you guys can start reserving for parks, and to go out there. And I'm so excited. I miss being in the wilderness. Like, you know, we were saying, like, where I live by either the prairies or mountains, but I just love going out there and getting camping. So that's my goal is to do a lot of camping this year, and I wanted to give you guys a heads up and go out there and get those spots and those loops, get your friends together, and have a good old campfire.
Let's
Right.
go. I
Yeah.
absolutely love it. I love it. I love it. Oh,
Okay.
man. Got to get out
Hi,
there.
Quinn.
Say hi, Mama. Say hi.
It's Auntie Kate.
She's like, I just got out of the bath, guys.
Aw. She
Aw.
can come on anytime.
Oh my gosh, Renee, she's beautiful.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, everybody.
All
You
right.
guys were here for this
Mhm.
wonderful show. We hope you guys truly, truly, truly enjoyed it. We will be back next Thursday, same time, 8:30. We cannot wait to talk about this wonderful playoffs. And we
Yeah.
know that it's going to be a great, great weekend. And I just want to end it like this. Go Cowboys. See y'all later. We'll see y'all next week. Ladies, take over. We'll see y'all next week. Have a great one, guys.
Bye.